Chapter 2070 One Tsunami. Pokong is dead. The bright red alarm light kept flashing, like a bloody nail piercing into Zhonglu's eyes. Zhonglu stood there in a daze, not moving for a long time. After an unknown amount of time, his body began to tremble slightly, and he quickly covered the device that kept sounding the alarm with one hand. But even so, the sound of the alarm was still piercing. Crack. He squeezed hard, and the device was crushed to pieces. My son Pokong. He can't die. He can't die. I planned everything. It was a perfect plan. How could he die at the hands of that weak sixth-generation human? Is it because of other existences in the sealed land? No. Pokong will not die. He's dead. No, he can't be dead. Why did he die? My son. Zhonglu's body fell to the ground with a loud bang. Even as the patron saint of the Wulwan Empire, his strong body could not withstand the blow of the death of his own child. Pokong is the son he is most proud of. The fertility of the lizard men was not bad, but due to the limited number of underground races, he only had 2 sons. According to the laws of the Oluan Empire, no couple could have more than 2 children. Because of their excessive numbers, they will be punished by the Creator and even lead to the destruction of the entire race. Pokong is Zhonglu's second son, and also his most outstanding son. More than 10 years ago, his eldest son suddenly announced that he did not want to be a male lizard man and underwent surgery to become a female lizard man. Therefore, Pokong became Zhonglu's favorite and his weak spot that could not be touched. Fortunately, Pokong was also outstanding enough and inherited his excellent genes, and has always been an excellent soldier in the Imperial Army. After the end of the world, with the mass extinction of people on the surface, spiritual power dissipated. And under Zhonglu's arrangement, Pokong quickly became the most powerful warrior in the Empire. Originally, he had an infinitely bright future and would inherit Zhonglu's position one day in the future. But now, everything is ruined. Zhonglu leaned against his desk, staring blankly at the dim lights outside the window. After an unknown amount of time, his emotions stabilized a little. And his first thought was revenge. That's right, revenge. My son's death cannot be in vain. The culprit of all this is that human called Chaos. If I hadn't gone to kill him, my son wouldn't have died. It's all caused by Chaos. It's all caused by the humans of Huashu country. Zhonglu's eyes were bloodshot. How could this father, who had lost his beloved son, have any rationality left? Even though it was clearly him who ordered Pokong to kill Zhang Yi, and even though Zhang Yi had never taken the initiative to provoke them from the beginning. But does that matter? That doesn't matter. All Zhonglu needed was a way to vent his anger and grief. Killing can release his inner emotions. And in his eyes, aren't the 6th generation of humans just a group of lowly beasts? Zhonglu was paranoid and believed that he had found the culprit. So, he immediately turned on his smart device and talked to the entire military of the Wulwan Empire. All the people with the rank of general in the Wulwan Empire, come to my office immediately. He rubbed his sharp teeth hard, making a crackling sound, as if he wanted to bite Zhang Yi's bones to pieces. I will initiate a trial against the Huashu people who killed my son. Tianhai City. During the time that Zhang Yi was away, Ma Wenjin was responsible for the overall management of Tianhai City. As for the Fueying troops, Bailey Chongqing led the 2 levels of soldiers in training according to Zhang Yi's instructions. After the first Fueying troop experienced war scenes, each member is now a relatively qualified soldier. For example, Gao Tianwu, Lu Dahai and others are the main forces in maintaining order in Tianhai City. Since the second major mutation, some mutated individuals have appeared among the tens of thousands of people in Tianhai City. All the people will be gathered together by Deng's technology, evaluated through the laboratory, and their future work will be planned according to their ability level. Everything is running in an orderly manner. In the centipede farm, the farmer, the frog Chi Baokai, wore a straw hat and happily held a large basket of yuanshi every day. He then came to the farm and fed the centipedes he raised. Today, these centipedes have been completely de-wild. They are like a tiger with its teeth pulled out, eating and drinking comfortably every day. Rather than looking like centipedes, each of them is more like a group of colorful pigs. He 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 he. The frog felt so happy when he saw them growing healthily. This creature has the ability to devour yuanshi and then evolve. It only needs to keep eating to continue growing. It can grow to the top level of Delta. When the time comes, they will be released and their essence will be extracted. On this day, the frog was happily singing and feeding the centipede. Boom! Suddenly, the whole earth shook violently. As soon as the frog let go, most of the stones in the basket spilled out. The surrounding centipedes immediately swam over and started gnawing at them with a crunching sound. The frog almost fell to the ground. He raised his straw hat and turned his head to look into the distance. The vibration just now was so strong that everyone in Tianhai City felt it. In today's Tianhai City, the area where humans live is not large, only a few dozen kilometers in radius. It was built around the area where Zhang Yi placed the Tianhai fortress. Nowadays, all kinds of settings are extremely perfect. The sudden movement made the frog realize that something was wrong. As an orc-type ability user, after transforming into a frog form, he will be able to possess the abilities of a frog. And their sensitivity to sound waves far exceeds that of humans. The frog looked at the sky in the distance. In the direction of the sea, the sky is tile blue, with some thin white clouds floating in the air. He narrowed his eyes, a sense of danger filling his heart. At this moment, the alarm sounded violently in the Deng technology branch built by the Deng family in Tianhai City. Oh no, it's a tsunami. The tsunami has erupted. Everyone, hide in your house immediately. Don't come out. Don't come out. Quick, quick, quick. Even though Tianhai Fortress is gone, the defense system of the entire Tianhai City is very developed. Due to past experience of being hit by tsunamis, Yang Xinxin specially added a tsunami warning function to the base. Tsunamis caused by earthquakes arrive very quickly, and it may be too late to give early warning. But what they really need to guard against is definitely not natural marine disasters, but it is the threat posed by a powerful enemy. Chapter 2072 Great Disaster. Beep, beep, beep. Urgent sirens sounded in all directions of Tianhai City. Everyone's face changed. They immediately dropped the work in their hands and started running towards the shelter. The end of the sea and sky looks peaceful. The sea is still blue, and the sky is so beautiful, as if there is no danger at all. But soon after, a black line appeared in people's sight from the end of the sea. It flew rapidly from far away and approached the coast of Tianhai City. Bailey Chongqing, as the person who stayed behind to look after the house, immediately soared into the sky and used his smart device to get a closer view. This was an incredible sight. He saw a wall of water hundreds of meters high, rushing towards Tianhai City. Bailey Chongqing's eyes suddenly widened. Generally speaking, a tsunami of tens of meters high can destroy a city, and a tsunami of hundreds of meters high is even unheard of. And everything happened so quickly. Someone must be taking action against Tianhai City. Who did this? How dare they come and attack Tianhai City? Aren't they afraid of Zhang Yi's revenge? Just as this thought came to Bailey Chongqing's mind, his pupils suddenly shrank because he caught sight of several figures. The tall lizard man wearing silver armor was suspended above the huge waves. Wulwan Empire. Bailey Chongqing's heart skipped a beat and turned icy cold. Now that Zhang Yi is not in Tianhai City, the Wulwan Empire suddenly attacks. With their existing defense system, they can't withstand the opponent's attack. The tsunami has reached the coast of Tianhai City, where there is a newly built seaport base. There was no other choice, so they rebuilt the Chaoyu base for the purpose of fishing. At present, a large number of fishermen are at the seaside, anxiously retreating to the base. Bailey Chongqing gritted his teeth, instantly transformed into a stream of light, and rushed towards the harbor. He increased his speed to the maximum, saving as many people as possible and trying to get them into the base. Most of the harbor base is located underground, and with the experience of the previous battle in Tianhai City, the waterproofing is done very well. The tsunami came quickly, and Bailey Chongqing did his best to save dozens of fishermen. But the entire coastline was too long, and hundreds of people were swallowed up by the huge waves without even a sound. Bailey Chongqing quickly rushed into the sky. Even he would be in danger if he was submerged by such a tsunami. The only good news is that the silver-armored generals of the Wulwan Empire just watched everything that happened here from afar, but did not come close. They are afraid that the Dragon Clan will take action. Bailey Chongqing figured this out, and this was the only good news at the moment. At least, the people in Tianhai City still have some chance to survive. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm sounded rapidly. From the time they discovered the tsunami to the time the tsunami approached, the time was very short. It is simply impossible to gather all the people within a radius of dozens of miles. All the members of the Fueying Force went out under the leadership of Bailey Chongqing. Save the women and children first. Send them all to the underground shelter. Members of the Fukuge Force, no one is allowed to hide in the shelter as long as there is any civilians still outside. Bailey Chongqing's voice echoed in the ears of every member of the Fueying Force. The members of the Fukuge Force looked at the terrifying tsunami and their hearts were trembling. It was still possible for them to escape, but Bailey Chongqing's words made none of them choose to retreat. If they retreat, at least tens of thousands of people will die in this horrific tsunami. Fuck, let's fight. Lu Dehai spat, transformed into a mermaid, and rushed towards the fleeing crowd at high speed. Nearly 100 members of the Fueying Force and dozens of reserve members were dispatched to rescue people. They are racing against death. The tsunami will reach this area in 10 minutes at most. The frog narrowed his eyes. He was not panicked at all. He didn't really care about death. It's just that Zhang Yi trusts him and asks him to be responsible for taking care of these centipedes, so he must protect the farm. The security level of the centipede is very high. Frog turned on the security settings, and layers of alloy covers immediately appeared above the entire centipede farm, covering it tightly. The frog jumped out, its big eyes rolling around, looking for someone who needed help. Quack. He pushed hard with his elastic legs on the round alloy cover, and the whole frog flew hundreds of meters away. After a few quick shuttle runs, he came to the fleeing crowd, picked up a little girl who was separated from her parents and was crying loudly with one hand, and picked up a woman who sprained her leg with the other hand. Be careful of trampling and evacuate in an orderly manner. The frog held them under its long arms, and its green figure kept moving among the crowd, helping to maintain order. Whenever he met someone who needed help, he would stuff them into his mouth. In the end, with the baby stuck under its armpits, carried on its back, hanging on its waist, and with 2 children in its mouth, it finally started to move back. Repeat this cycle, and try to rescue those who fall behind. They were all racing against death. The tsunami was surging along the entire coastline, and it looked like it was enough to submerge the entire Tianhai city and also submerge several other surrounding cities. If you look down from the sky, you will find that the area affected by this tsunami is more than 1,000 kilometers around Donghai City and Tianhai City. Boom! A huge amount of seawater crashed down like a mountain, and Tianhai City, which had been rebuilt less than a few months ago, suffered another devastating blow. After the members of the Fukuge Force finally rescued a group of civilians, they were no longer able to carry out the next mission and could only take off with the help of the functions of their combat uniforms. But when they looked back, they would see the sea water flooding the homes they had built for a long time. In just a moment, the streets, houses, markets, and the ice and snow park carefully built by the children had completely disappeared. There was no wailing sound, and those who were not rescued in time did not even have the chance to call for help. The expressions of the members of the Fukuge Force were extremely heavy. They have tried their best to save people, but human power is limited after all. Bailey Chongqing flew to their side from a distance, but he looked a little funny at this time, because he was holding a huge frog on his head. The frog was covered with people. "Thank you, Mr. Bailey." Quack. The frog opened its mouth, and 2 frightened little heads appeared from its big mouth. "I can't fly, so I can only climb over your head." "It's okay, but it would be better if you were smaller." Bailey Chongqing responded. "Dear viewers, thanks for staying with me. We'll try to get you more updates. Please like and subscribe and share the video with your friends. Love you all.